Thank you, Jennifer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. My name is Hank Idsinga. I am a detective sergeant with the Toronto Police Service Homicide Squad. With me here today is Staff Inspector Gregory McLean, the unit commander of the Homicide Squad, and Detective David Dickinson, who's my partner in this investigation. We're here today to talk about homicide number 10 for 2016, the murder of Sylvia Consuelo, which occurred on Saturday, January 30th, 2016, at 121 Kendleton Drive in North Etobicoke. Sylvia Consuelo was 34 years of age. She lived by herself in a small apartment at 121 Kendleton Drive. Sylvia was a mother to 3 young children who were no longer in her care. Sylvia was a person who struggled with mental health and narcotic addiction issues. She supported her addictions through prostitution. Friends described Sylvia as being very quiet with a petite build. In short, Sylvia was an extremely vulnerable resident of our city. On Saturday, January 30th, 2016, a male suspect entered the complex of buildings on Kendleton Drive at approximately 1:30 a.m. This suspect made his way to Sylvia's apartment. Over the next hour, the suspect brutally sexually assaulted Sylvia, beat her, and suffocated her to death. The suspect was captured on surveillance cameras as he entered and exited the building. We are releasing clips and stills from these cameras in the hope that someone will recognize the suspect and provide us with the information that we require to bring the suspect before the courts. And Jen, if you could just play the video clips for us. The first 3 clips are the suspect before the assault, and the last clip is him after. Suspect is described as a male with a light-skinned complexion. He's wearing light-colored Nike running shoes. We believe they're the Rocher model of running shoes. He's wearing dark jeans, which we believe are brand Red Barbecue Remixed jeans. You can see they have a very distinctive pattern on the back pocket. He's wearing a black leather bomber-style jacket, a gray hoodie-style sweater, which has a plaid pattern on it, a black and white plaid scarf, and a black toque. We're also releasing stills taken from the video in JPEG format. Officers from the Toronto Police Service have been working around the clock on the investigation since Sylvia was discovered on Saturday morning. And today, approximately 50 members of the Toronto Police Service, along with members of the Toronto Community Housing Corporation Security Section, are canvassing a large area of North Etobicoke in an effort to gather further information and evidence to assist the investigation. I'm asking members of the public to look closely at this surveillance footage. Somebody will know this suspect by his clothing or his mannerisms. Anybody who has any information whatsoever which may assist us, please call us directly. We'll be working out of 23 Division at 416-808-2300 or anonymously through Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS 8477 or their website, which is www.22tips.com. Thank you. Any questions?
Does it look like this suspect knows his way around the building?
Yes, absolutely. It's a the complex up there is 3 separate buildings. They're connected by tunnels underneath, and there are very secure buildings, but the suspect, you can see in the first clip, comes in through one of the back doors, which is insecure, unfortunately. and makes his way through the tunnel system into the building where Sylvia lives. He definitely knows his way around there.
Do you think he's a client, or is it possibly, did she open the door to him? How did it all work?
That we don't know, whether she would have opened the door to him or not. I don't know if he's a previous client or not, but obviously, like I said, he knew his way around, he knew his way up to her apartment, and I'm sure we'll find out eventually what the relationship was between the two of them.
Could he be a resident of that building or have lived in there before?
Quite possibly.
He comes into the building already and stuff, and that's just meditation.
I think so. I think he knows exactly what he's going to do when he walks into that building.
Is it odd or disturbing that he leaves so calmly and slowly? Often we see cases where people commit a murder, but they're running way out.
Yeah, he's in there for slightly over an hour, and you're right. It's a little unnerving to see how calm and cool he is when he walks out of there. He merely pulls his face mask further up over his face to conceal it, and then casually walks out the door and walks out towards Kipling Avenue.
So I guess the key here is the clothing, because you really can't see his face, Hank, is that right?
Yeah, the key is the clothing. There's some, the clip when he first comes in is probably the best clip that we have so far of his face. There's dozens of cameras in that building. We're still going through the footage, even though we're 6 days later here. And if we get any better shots of the face, obviously we'll put them out. But I think this first clip here is probably the best shot of the face.
Could a locked door have prevented this?
I don't know. I don't know if he would have gotten into the building anyway.
Do you think that there is a relationship or somehow these two parties know each other?
Either they know each other or he knows of her, I think would be the best we can do right now.
This is, what you described was particularly brutal and savage. This is not a run-of-the-mill homicide. How was, as you mentioned, all these officers and THC staff are helping with this. How are people coping in the aftermath of this violence?
Well, she's got quite a few friends and residents of the building. It's a very tight-knit community up there, this complex. Obviously, her friends are very upset over what's happened here, as is her family. She does have family in Toronto. Her parents are here. Like I said, she does have some young children who are here as well. And obviously, everyone's very upset. And today is probably the first day where they're hearing the actual particulars of exactly what happened. So I'm sure today is a very difficult day for them as well.
How long was she in deceased for before she was discovered by, you say, acquaintances? Can you walk us through that process?
Some friends of hers came to her apartment. Our suspect leaves at approximately 2:35, 2:40 in the morning, and some friends of hers come over at about 4:30 in the morning, and they find her and they call us right away. So.
Boyfriends who checked out, ex-boyfriends, all of that stuff?
We're looking at all of that. We've got a long list, obviously, that we have to go through, and a lot of work to do yet.
Clients as well, a client list as well, I would think.
Clients as well, yes.
So I might have missed this, but in a previous press release, it said that she was 31 years old, but it says 34 here.
I believe 34 is the right age.
Okay.
Have you noticed any other males in your surveillance video from days prior that may match his build, sort of, the suspect's build?
We're going through all of that. It took us several days to download this video because you can see the quality is very high. There's an awful lot of data there just in the footage that we've gotten so far. We've actually taken all of the surveillance footage, including the historic footage from that building, and we're going to have to go through that as well. That's going to be quite labor-intensive and time-consuming. So,
You mentioned how vulnerable Sylvia was. Is there any way to prevent this sort of crime systematically? Is there a social justice approach that can keep women like Sylvia safe?
well, I think a lot was being done for Sylvia. She did have social workers assigned to her. She was living in community housing. I think it's a greater social question as to how do we prevent perpetrators like this from doing what they're doing, as opposed to what we're doing to help the victims out as well. So I don't think I'm the one who'd be able to answer that question.
Can you let us know why she has visitors at 4:30 in the morning? What was like it's an odd time to visit someone.
It is, like I said, it's a very tight-knit little community in there, and people are going around from apartment to apartment at all hours. So she had some friends who came over and happened to be at 4:30 in the morning, so.
Did anybody in the building hear anything at all? Any other reports from witnesses?
Well, we're getting a lot of help from people in the building, a lot of information coming forth from the people in the building. But obviously, I can't talk about what specifically they're telling us at that point in time. But the people in the building have been terrific. We've been in that building since Saturday morning. Lots of officers in that building, and like I said, the people in there have been nothing short of fantastic with us.
How did he get into the building if it was a secure building? Do you think you can elaborate on that?
The door that he comes in through is at the rear of one of the adjoining buildings. It is a door that should normally be secured, and it actually is secure. You have to wedge it a little bit in order to pop it open, but he knew how to do that, so that's how he managed to get in. If you or I were to walk up to that door without knowing any better, you'd pull on it, it wouldn't open.
Was anything taken from the unit?
Not that we know of.
Was she tied up?
No,
She was not.
no. All good? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes today's conference. The video is available on the Toronto Police YouTube site, and the photographs are on the news release.